I'm Bill Malkus. We have a family operation here. It's actually a family corporation. We're farming about 3,200 acres of corn, soybeans, wheat, and a little bit of barley. Well, it's basically four of us now still farming, and we just kind of put our heads together and decide, how we want the rotation to be and which crops we. And same way with marketing, over the years as opportunities came up, we bought more land, along the way, and we just kept growing, renting a little bit more ground, and kind of have leveled off at this size right now. For a right good while, we had just the catastrophic. And always thought, with our heavier type soils here, I said the dry weather is not going to kill us, and we thought. But then when 2002 came along, we got hammered. I mean, we had beans down like in the 6 bushel range that we've never had anything like that. Corn, I think our corn average that year was about 70. And it just set us back so much that we just said we just can't take a chance on doing this. It took us a couple of years to recover from that year, and we just said we've got to do something different. So we went to crop revenue coverage. We figured that we're probably not going to collect insurance, so we're not going to buy way up on crop revenue coverage, but what we try to do is cover our out-of-pocket expenses. If we don't make anything, that's one thing, but you don't want to go way in the hole on it. So that's about where we are. We try to buy up enough coverage to cover our out-of-pocket expenses, and then we go from there. Well, we had part of it covered under combination before because it was all under one farm, but then a lot of the rented ground was under individual farm numbers, so we had been insuring them each one separately. And this year they lowered the rates way down if you would combine all those various farms under one. And we thought, well, the soils are not that much different, and the farms are fairly close to each other, so they all should be reasonably similar. So that's what we did to save ourselves enough money. And then what we did was took about half of what we saved and raised our coverage a little bit more. So I just don't think you can hardly farm without some coverage of some kind. I mean, you may not opt for CRC, but you need some kind of coverage, or at least that's the way we're thinking. You're just laying too much money out there to gamble it all. So make sure that you understand what you've got coverage on and what you don't, so that if something does happen, you know where you are. Last year, it's 2008, we actually collected 2 times on the same crop because we had to replant it, and we collected some on the replant, and then it still was so bad of a yield that we collected again in the fall on it. But you hope you never have that situation, because you're going backwards when you do. It's a little bit easier on your mind when all of a sudden it don't rain, and don't rain, and don't rain, and you think, holy cow, it's going to be a tough year, but when you got a little bit of coverage there to cover that expense, that makes it a little bit easier to live with.